Guys, I am back with another cooking video for you, and for today we are gonna do some homemade baked mac and cheese. So this will make 10 servings, and the ingredients is super easy. So you're gonna want, of course, a pack of macaroni. I only used like half of that bag, so yeah, a bag this size will be more than enough. 1 can of evaporated milk. Personally, I always kind of hate getting things that take evaporated milk because nothing ever takes a can. It's always like at most like half a can or something. So yeah. And it's like, sure, I could go find some recipe that takes like half a can of evaporated milk, I guess. But I gotta want to eat whatever that is within a couple of days because it's already opened. We got stored in the fridge. Yes. So for the most part, I just say fuck it and I dump the rest. I use whatever the recipe calls for and I toss the rest because every time I try storing it, I end up dumping it anyway because I don't use the rest in time. So I try to avoid recipes that call for that. But I really like this recipe, so that's why we're using it. Although, you know, if you don't like evaporated milk, you could probably substitute it for something else. You know, just put some regular milk in, I guess. Not a big deal. You'll want an 8-ounce container of sour cream. I got a bigger one because I have pierogies in the freezer, so yeah. You'll also want some pepper and also some seasoning salt. Cheddar cheese, you can either shred it yourself or get a bag of pre-shredded. If you shred it yourself, the taste is always a lot better that way. But, you know, I think it's safe to say we can all be lazy sometimes and you just prefer to buy a bag of shredded once in a while. 2 eggs. Parmesan cheese is something I always have in the house, so yeah. I pretty much stay stocked up on that one. I use it in a lot of things. And then, of course, you'll want some butter. As we go through the video, I'll tell you exact measurements. Okay, so none of this is going to take too terribly long to prep, so I would start by preheating your oven. You'll want to set it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You can prep your dish at this same time. You're just going to want like a little casserole dish, nothing major. Next, you're gonna, of course, start your macaroni, so boil up some water, and once that's all boiled, add your macaroni, and, you know, macaroni typically cooks for 8 to 10 minutes. All depends on your stove. Every stove's different, but just cook your macaroni. I'm sure you know when your macaroni is done. At this point, you can mix some of your ingredients into a bowl. So grab a bowl and you are gonna mix your 2 eggs. You're gonna mix half a cup of your evaporated milk, an 8-ounce container of sour cream, 1 teaspoon of seasoning salt, and your ½ teaspoon of black pepper. So yeah, just mix that all up into the bowl. If you haven't drained your macaroni yet, this is when you would do that, and then we will start prepping the casserole dish. Just make a layer of your macaroni. And then you can pour in your mixture that you had going in the bowl. Just give it a quick little mix, and then we're going to add the cheese. You're going to want 1.5 cups of the shredded cheese, and you're just going to layer it over top of the macaroni. As you can see, I chose to do half here and then half a little later, just to make it a little easier to get it all in. You know, the dish is starting to get fairly filled. Now, usually I would save a little extra to put on the very top before we bake, but we still have Parmesan cheese left here. So yeah, I'm not going to do that with this particular dish. And then you'll just sprinkle your Parmesan cheese. This is like half a cup of Parmesan cheese, so a good chunk. And then you're gonna melt some butter. So it's just a tablespoon of butter, and then you're just gonna drizzle it on top. So that is it. And now you just pop it in the oven, and you're gonna bake it for, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes. Once again, depends on your oven. But you're basically just baking it until it's golden, more or less. And then 30 minutes later, come back and you can enjoy your delicious baked macaroni and cheese. I chose this dish because macaroni and cheese is definitely a favorite of mine. I still even eat the boxed mac and cheese. I do prefer to like make my own when I have all the ingredients. But as a Canadian, I buy Kraft Dinner a lot, and for multiple reasons. One, it's, you know, decently priced, although it has been getting a lot pricier lately. But the second is that I actually truly like it, you know, like yeah, I don't just buy it because it's cheap. I buy it because I like it. But, you know, boxed Katie is powdered cheese, more or less, right? Like it's in a box, right? So once in a while, I like to, you know, make, you know, a homemade macaroni and cheese meal. And this one's just a really nice, easy go-to for me. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed. You can always add to this. You know, like we could have added some onions in, we could have added, you know, some bacon, you know, especially since it's being baked. So yeah, definitely feel free to add more things to the mix, but this is the basic recipe here. And yeah, so happy Saturday, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all your meals that you have this weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Straight out of the oven, so we got blow on it. It's good. I should have added an onion, but it's still yummy. Yeah. Delicious. Keep it in for like an extra 10 if you want it more crispy. It's crispy, but it's not like crispy brown.